be extra credit. But if you wait one more second, I was about to say that. The next one is ABC is a right triangle. We're going to prove that A squared plus B squared equals C squared. I'm going to give this to you as extra credit. Okay, extra credit if it's right.
No.
Yes. Do you have another question?
Like we're down to me, like forever.
Like 10.
Half a point.
More
More like 2 or 3.
Oh,
So somewhere between
that's more than homework.
1 and 5. Yes.
That's more
Okay.
than homework.
That is correct, Nathan. You can type it up. You cannot find it on the internet. You have to explain it to me words. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to look at the back then. All right. So, we have a 90 degrees. And when can you use the Pythagorean theorem? On all kinds of triangles? On
Right triangles.
only right triangles. Get this, every year you guys get to a test or quiz and you see a triangle and you try to do Pythagorean theorem and it's not right. It has to be a right triangle. Okay, so my next question that is very important in order to solve this problem is which side is the hypotenuse?
The one that's smaller.
Is it always a hypotenuse?
The hypotenuse is always across from what?
The right angle.
The right angle.
Okay.
Okay? It's always the longest. Okay? The other two are your legs. So your hypotenuse is your C. Does it matter which one is A or B? No. Doesn't matter. I could have done it the opposite way. I'll get the same answer. So then I get 7 squared plus 8 squared equals C squared. So I get 49 plus 64 equals C. Am I going too fast? C squared.
Yeah, it's N E at the end.
Hypotenuse.
And I gotta learn to spell. Okay. So then we go 49 plus 64 is 113 equals C squared. What do I do now?
Square root it.
Square root. So we get 11 equals C. Okay, so first step, we identify it as a right triangle. Second step, figure out what is the hypotenuse with an E at the end. Fourth step, third step, what am I on? First, right triangle. Second, which one is the hypotenuse? Third, plug it into the label A, B, and C. 4, do the math. Square it, add it together.
That's it.
Yep, that's it. We're done. All right, let's try some more then. All right, here is our triangle. So I'm going to ask you these questions as we go. Please raise your hand if you believe this is a right triangle.
Oh, I think so.
Anybody not believe it's a right triangle? Okay. You know it's a right triangle because that little square means 90 degrees. Okay. So, step number 2. Which side is the hypotenuse? 24. And I put the E in there. Yeah. Okay. So, which letter has to be C? 24 has to be C, and it doesn't matter which one is them. Now I'm just going to plug it in. I'm going to say A squared plus B squared equals C squared, which is 24. And it's all calculator work, right? Now, it doesn't matter if I have A squared plus 21 squared. Those can be changed, right? Because 2 plus 1 is the same as 1 plus 2, always. So it doesn't matter. Okay, so 21 squared is 576 plus B squared equals, no, that's not true. 21 squared is 441 plus B squared equals 576. What do I do now? Subtract 441. Good. And I get B squared equals 135. And what do I do next? Root it. So B equals 11.61 approximately.
You said root it?
Square root it.
Oh.
How do we feel? Good? Bad?
I feel like there's not enough room on the page.
Yeah. I fit it all, and my handwriting's pretty big. So,
Well, you know,
divide and
Well,
conquer.
none of all of us are really perfect.
Alright.
Miss Murphy, what was the answer for that? It's B.
11.6 approximately.
Are you using the about sign there?
Yes, that's the about. Approximately sign, we call it. Okay, so how about we do this? Just for extra practice. Is there one more you guys want to do between C, D, E, and F?
How about D?
D. So everybody's good with skipping D to C? Okay.
That's nice.
Which one's the hypotenuse? How about I shorten it? So that has to be C. We'll call this A, we'll call this B. Doesn't matter if you did it opposite. 5 squared plus B squared equals 7.1 squared. 25 plus B squared equals 50.41. Subtract 25 from each side. We get B squared equals 25.41. We square root both sides, and we get B is approximately 5.04. Okay. So, we're going to talk about personal responsibility real quick. If you're having trouble, or when you were going over these you didn't understand, there are 3 more you can do on here, and then you can check with my answer key. But you've got to take some responsibility for your own math, right? For your own learning. Okay. I'm going to do example 3, A and B, though. So everybody's okay? I'm on example 3? It's approximately 5.04. Okay. So we've got a triangle. We know it's right. We've got a 20 and a 13. That's my hypotenuse. But it's asking me to find the area. What is the area of a triangle? That's the interior angles of a triangle. What is the area? Area of a triangle equals 1/2 base times height. So I've got some height here. Do I have a base? No. So I have to find this. We'll call that A. 20 is a hypotenuse, so that's C. And we'll call 13 B. So I have 2 parts to this problem. I have to find my unknown side, and then I have to find the area. Everybody okay with that? So once I find the unknown side, I have to plug it into this problem. Because I already know the height right here is 13. I don't know what the base is.
It's just like
2-part problem.
algebra. So I'm not gonna say.
So I get 20 squared equals A squared plus 13 squared.
Easy.
So I get 400 equals A squared plus 169. I subtract 169 from both sides. I'm trying to slow down, but I'm not so good at that. It's 231 equals A squared.
You always lose that. Oh no, there it is.
And then I square root both sides. You see the little 2 right here? Is that what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So I get A is approximately 15.2. And then I have to do area equals 1/2 base times height, which gives me, I didn't figure it out on my sheet for some reason.
Okay.
So I have 1/2 base 5.2, not 552. And I get the area is approximately 98.8 units squared.
So you know how parentheses come first?
Yeah.
So do you do the multiplication first, then something one half? It's
Doesn't
just
matter
all
what order you do it in. It's all multiplication.
numbers.
All right, let's do the last one. Am I too intense for you? Yes, ma'am. Do you have a question? You're good?
I like your units.
All right.
Like,
98.8 units squared. What point do you see? Okay. What kind of triangle is this?
Good one.
Is this a right triangle, the whole thing? No, but do you see the right triangle on the inside?
Wait, but isn't it all? Oh no, just kidding. But the other side is right triangle too.
Right.
Yeah.
We have two right triangles. Okay. So if this was a perpendicular bisector, this side right here would be what?
Same as the other side.
Over. Yep. Okay. So right now I can see that my base is 8,
Oh.
but I don't know what my height is. Perpendicular bisector always cuts the side.
I know, but that's just a lot.
So I've got to find this right here. We'll just call it A. So I know A squared plus 4 squared equals 10 squared. Okay, I'm probably skipping ahead. So we've got to find the area of the whole thing. We've got the base. We know that's 8. We don't have the height. And we're going to put it in again, 1/2 base times height. Okay, so I'm going to find out what that height is. To do that, I'm just going to look at 1/2 of the triangle to find out what A is, that whole length. So I do A squared plus 4 squared equals 10 squared. A squared plus 16 equals 100. A squared equals 84. Square root both sides, and you get A is approximately, legal lines, 9.1.
So then technically you could do this in any triangle as long as you put a perpendicular bisector, right?
Yep.
Alright.
So if there's a triangle like that, with the line bisecting, you just make the opposite side the same amount and add that together.
Just to give you the basis. Yep. Now, you notice I didn't square the whole base because it's not, the whole thing isn't a right triangle.
Right.
Which is why I used the 4 to find out what A is. But when I'm finding the area, I have to use the whole base of the triangle. Because I guess you could find half the base and then double it.
Yeah.
That's all we do.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I was supposed to do.
0.5 times 8 times 9.1 gives us 36.4 units squared.
Okay, so after everything's said and done with man, I really confused myself.
Should I explain what I did again? Would that be helpful?
No, I think yeah, I just
I think we should do
I
this.
think I understand.
I think it's possible that you might have spent the correct amount of time on this, but all the other ones that are completely harder, you don't. It's like,
I can just slow down. Abby said. Okay. So, this problem, do you guys understand that the height of the triangle is from the base to the top point? And we don't know that. Okay. This half is a right triangle, because these lines meet at a perpendicular angle. I'm going to take 4A and 10 to find out what A is. Once I have A, I plug it into 1/2 base times height. But remember, I want to find the whole triangle, so that's why I times it by 8 instead of 4. If I times it by
yeah,
4,
because you took
I will
that's why I
find the
lost
right
you.
half of the
That's where I
triangle.
lost you because you took that like the whole base, not just half the base. Alright, that's where I lost you. Yeah.
Good.
But now I'm